KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. All new 2018 Kona by Hyundai, available at Cars Plus. IP&E Fueling Excellence, McDonald's of Guam, I'm Loving It, and King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedido. Always open, always local.
Ahead on primetime, a serious car crash in Manila claims the life of one man. Police investigating to find out what went wrong. Plus, authorities track down a third suspect accused in a string of armed robberies up north. And Guam Customs make a strong plea to senators for more money to help protect our borders.
Half a day, good evening.
We lead off with tragedy that unfolded on the back road in Pagit. The man killed in a serious car crash in Manila overnight has been identified as 22-year-old Preston Hale. That crash happened along Route 15 near Hawaiian Rock Products around 11:50 Thursday night. Police say Hale was driving a gray Toyota Hilux pickup truck heading west along Back Road when he lost control and ran off the roadway. Investigators say the truck overturned onto the eastbound shoulder of the roadway. He was found unconscious with no pulse. Medics performed CPR as they rushed him to the Guam Memorial Hospital, but he didn't survive. He was pronounced dead around 12:55 a.m. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola says the autopsy shows Hale died from a skull fracture, broken neck, and a crushed chest. GPD Highway Patrol is investigating whether speed, alcohol, or drugs are possible factors that resulted in the deadly crash. Toxicology results are pending.
One man is being accused of inappropriately touching a young girl not once but twice. Getchi Kircho Joker is charged with 2 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct. Court documents state the 9-year-old told police she awoke to the suspect allegedly touching her private parts over her clothing. The victim also alleging a second incident happened the following day.
A third suspect is placed under arrest in connection to a string of armed robberies in Dedido and Jigo. 27-year-old Jonavan Michael Leighton Cruz is charged with burglary to a motor vehicle, theft of a motor vehicle, conspiracy, guilt established by complicity, criminal facilitation, theft of property, and theft by receiving. Police say the suspect was taken into custody for his alleged involvement in the recent robberies at Lucky Land Game Room in Dedido, Retidian Point, and Retidian Beach. As reported, Jesse Joseph, Nicholas Delgado, and Jeremy Allen Evaristo were arrested earlier this month and charged with attempted murder, first and second-degree robbery, among others. Police say in each incident, the victims reported the suspects had a gun. Video surveillance showed one suspect even firing the weapon during the game room robbery. Authorities say the suspects also targeted tourists at the Retidian area. You can view more on this story on KUAM.com.
Already, he's charged with plotting to kill a cop, and while he's currently on trial in that 2012 case, Jeremiah Sasaki is expected to plead guilty in another case, also involving law enforcement. According to court documents, Jeremiah Sasaki is charged with assault on a peace officer as a third-degree felony, the incident occurring back in June 2017 on prison grounds. The victim was a corrections officer. Though Isazaki was expected to enter a plea deal with the government Friday, defense requested more time. A return date has been set for June 22nd. Isazaki, meanwhile, will be back in court next Tuesday. That's when jurors return to hear more defense testimony in his older case. As reported, Isazaki is charged with conspiracy to commit murder and terrorizing, both as felonies. According to the government's key witness, Isazaki wanted help with GPD officer Benny Babalta. Isazaki was reported saying he wanted to, quote, take him off the streets.
While he's the victim in a case involving a high-speed chase and shooting, he's a drug defendant in another. Joshua John Onsalon Mesa was back in federal court on Friday after his defense attorney wanted out. According to attorney Cynthia Acubi's filing, Mesa wasn't cooperative. Though she made efforts to communicate with him to discuss the case, he wasn't having it. A part of Friday's hearing was sealed off to the public so the court could receive statements from the defendant. When the hearing was open to the public again, Judge Joaquin Manabusan granted Acubi's motion to withdraw. Attorney Joseph Rosano was appointed in her place. The court noted this isn't the first time Mesa has been uncooperative, recalling his arraignment, in which he refused to speak, and the court was forced to enter a not guilty plea for him. As reported, this case involves a package containing over 50 grams of the drug ice. A return hearing is set for June 8th.
Keeping up with the current drug problem on Guam, Guam Customs and Quarantine leaders went before senators asking for more money so they can better enforce our borders. The agency is requesting $34.9 million for the upcoming fiscal year. That's more than double the amount of their budget ceiling. While they are in the process of getting 29 new recruits, Customs Chief Vincent Perez says the agency has less than half of the amount of the staff it had 20 years ago. Ultimately, he says more funding could result in shorter wait times for aircrafts, shorter lines for passengers in the customs area, and a drop in contraband being smuggled into Guam.
School's out, but the search for a new University of Guam president remains in session.
We told you about a petition urging board members and the Legislative Oversight Chair to stop the search process amid concerns with at least one of the finalists. Carmen Shalahi has reaction from the home of the Tritons.
It reached its goal and counting. So far, more than 1,000 people have signed a viral petition to halt the process of selecting the next president of the University of Guam. Citing Guam law, the petition states, quote, "The public has lost confidence in the search committee's ability to select candidates who have substantiated experience that indicates familiarity with or an interest in Guam and the broader region." Some UOG students, though unaware of the petition, still raise concern, like Faith Bautista.
I've heard that none of the president selections are from island, so I know that some people are upset that the candidates are not, local here.
Other students like Charlene Achiro think a new non-local perspective can make positive change.
A way for the school, the university, to actually improve on something that we're not exposed to or we don't know about. So I think it's a good thing, and also there might be also downfalls to it.
Both students hoping that regardless where their next president is from, they prioritize a quality education for all Tritons.
Hopefully, whoever the new president is going to be will affect the students positively and negatively, and he has the best intentions for everyone at the university.
I hope that the future president would understand the students more and hear their voices and try to improve what the current president has not yet accomplished.
Still no word if Legislative Oversight Chair of Education, Senator San Augustine, will hold a hearing. Meantime, the Presidential Search Committee, headed by William Leon Guerrero, does confirm the PSC is meeting soon. No comment yet if this petition will be a topic of discussion. Reporting for Guam News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
Here's the Sagan Tananum Nature Park.
Has been a site where volunteers have rooted indigenous plants and fruit trees, as well as taken on the task of combating invasive species in the area. The efforts are all to educate the community on sustainability. The project, however, recently getting nipped in the bud. There's no beating around the bush here. In fact, only tree stumps and red dirt remain on this portion of Sagan Tananum Nature Park, which translates to place of plants. Park manager Vince Poole made this discovery last weekend.
I came in on Saturday morning. We have a lot of activities here on Saturday, including volunteer events and park tours. And I saw that a large chunk of the park was cleared.
Poole confirmed a Guam Power Authority crew had visited the site the afternoon prior. Bulldozed over were native trees planted by volunteers.
A lot of pagus, sumac, abas duendes, flame tree, a lot of things were cut down that weren't even really affecting the power lines or anything. We were all very upset.
Fortunately, only part of the 10-acre park was destroyed. On Saturday, they'll continue with their efforts to plant fruit trees. Volunteers are welcome. Showtime is 8 a.m. Bring a bottle of water and insect repellent.
We're growing a lot of fruit trees that haven't been historically grown on island. One thing that I always bring up is acai. That's really big right now, and we actually have a lot of acai that are leafing out already, and so it's plants like this that we're planting in that area, because the whole park is dedicated to sustainability, whether that's cultivating our indigenous plant life or food security. What our goal has been was to go in over time, remove a lot of the invasives, replant what's native to the island, create trails going throughout the park, which we've done, and just use it as a safe place for classrooms and members of the community to come and learn about nature and the different historical uses for a lot of the plants.
If you want to get involved with Saguenay Nature Park, visit their Facebook or Instagram pages. You can also call them at 482-8950. Justin, GPA has released a statement to us. They confirmed they were in the village of Dededo last Thursday to install streetlights and conduct tree trimming on Catalina Lane in Dededo. Trimming underneath and around GPA power lines is necessary for GPA to maintain the integrity of the island-wide power system, prevent outages, and improve power quality and reliability. They are reviewing this specific case. No formal complaint has been filed yet.
Well, now to the latest with the haze we told you about earlier this week. Guam Homeland Security has given the all clear in terms of volcanic gases or hazards being detected in Guam's air. Over the weekend, National Weather Service officials said volcanic haze from Mount Kilauea in Hawaii had reached Guam and the CNMI. Air monitoring tests were conducted by the Guam National Guard's 94th Civil Support Team and the Guam Fire Department hazardous materials throughout the island from Thursday to Friday morning. Both units confirmed that no toxic gases or hazards were detected from the haze, but test results will also be handed over to the Guam EPA and Public Health for further analysis. Those with respiratory issues are advised to continue to practice caution and limit outdoor activities until the haze dissipates.
$2 million in tax refunds are being processed and will be mailed out soon. The administration confirms about 450 tax refund checks are being cut. This covers for those that filed returns error-free by February 5th. Officials say thousands of people filed on this day, and many of them had refunds totaling more than $7 million.
Wow. Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime.
You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
A simple handshake. That's all Jake Calvo needed when he started his company. Today, 80 years later, we like to say thank you to all of you who have taken our hand in trust. Thank you to the dreamers. Thank you to the realists. Thank you to the family-oriented. Thank you to the entrepreneurial. Thank you to those climbing the corporate ladder. And to the ones starting a new life together. Thank you to the traditionalists and the edgy. To the young at heart and the old souls. Thank you to the daring, to the protective, to the practical. Thank you to the hopeful. To all of you from all of us, our deepest, happiest, and infinite thanks.
80 years here for you. 80 years thanks to you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
Heavenly Father, this is the beginning of our journey to get us where you have willed for us to be. We ask you, Lord, to please grant us the grace to continue in our mission.
We can't think of anybody better to lead us than someone that has built and expanded a business to help expand Guam and its economy. That leader is Lou Leon Guerrero.
They welcome us into their homes, into their lives, because they want us, Lord. They want us to lead them to advocate. So we ask you, Lord, please grant us that grace. Grant us the grace to deliver what you have willed for us.
We're working hard because it's time for a change. It's time for a change in Adelaide. It's time for a change that will make the lives of our people better.
And with your help, Lord, we will get where you have willed for us. We make this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
We are the better choice.
This message.
It's a celebration at Cars Plus and Mighty. And during our Jeep Celebration event, you'll save thousands on every new Jeep in stock. Like a new 2018 Compass, save up to $3,750. Or save up to $4,000 on a new 2018 Cherokee. How about a new Renegade? Save up to $6,000. Plus, buy today and receive a Cars Plus value card, where you get 21 cents off per gallon at all Shell stations. Hurry in for our Jeep Celebration event, going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
There are more ways to experience Guam via KUAM News, giving you what you want, when you want, and how you want it. From smart devices, Alexa, what's in the news?
Here's your flash briefing.
Over the web, on mobile, on streaming platforms, with immersive, interactive formats, and via social media where it's more than just content, it's conversation. More ways to keep you informed and entertained whenever you want it, wherever you are, on whatever device you're using.
Welcome back. The Archdiocese of Uganda confirms that its finance office, in coordination with St. Anthony's Catholic School late this afternoon, filed a police report related to almost $20,000 in missing funds. It was in late March KUAM first questioned the superintendent of Catholic schools, Richard Alvia, about unaccounted money at the Tumuning school, but he could not comment at the time.
In a press release from the Archdiocese, it states that because of the school's inability to submit timely financial reports, it prompted the Archdiocesan Finance Office to initiate an in-depth review on May 22nd. That review uncovered major discrepancies related to the deposit of funds. About $17,000 in money collected at St. Anthony's from late February to May are unaccounted for. A meeting was held today with Principal Lorena Chaco as well as school board members. Archbishop Michael Burns and Principal Chaco assure the public and the school community that they are working on the matter. Quote, the church takes these matters seriously and thanks parents and families for their continued confidence and support of the school, end quote.
Elsewhere, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo told reporters in New York real progress has been made in talks to revive the nuclear summit with North Korea.
The focus now shifts to Washington and a personal letter from Kim Jong-un to President Trump. Margaret Brennan covered the talks.
It could be nothing short of tragic to let this opportunity go to waste.
After 4 hours of meetings and a steak dinner with a top aide to Kim Jong-un, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said he was still not sure if the June presidential summit would happen.
Don't know. Don't know the answer to that. We've made real progress in the last 72 hours.
Tomorrow, Kim Young-chul, North Korea's 72-year-old former spy chief, will hand-deliver a letter from the North Korean dictator to President Trump, a reciprocal message to the one Pompeo brought to Pyongyang earlier this month.
So I look forward to seeing what's in the letter, but it's very important to them. So they'll be probably coming down to Washington, D.C. on Friday.
A White House visit will be a propaganda win for North Korea. The last such meeting was in 2000 during the Clinton presidency.
Hopefully we'll have a meeting on the 12th.
Today, President Trump lowered expectations for the proposed summit.
It doesn't mean it gets all done at one meeting. Maybe you have to have a second or a third, and maybe we'll have none. But it's in good hands. That I can tell you.
Diplomats gathered at the DMZ say progress is slow-moving as they try to hammer out what North Korea is willing to give up in exchange for sanctions relief and security guarantees. President Trump has personally promised not to carry out regime change.
The real threat to their security is the continued holding onto of that nuclear weapons program and not the converse.
The Public Utilities Commission has approved the land purchase for GPA's new 180-megawatt power plant. Commissioners unanimously approved the $10.8 million purchase of the 3 Ukadu land plots, comprised of roughly 240,000 square meters, at Thursday's meeting. After both the approval of the CCU and GPA and the lapsing into law of Bill 223, changing the land zone from an R2 to an M1, the Commission solidified their decision. Additionally, the PUC ensures the new purchase will not affect ratepayers as the funds will be taken from the insurance money for the Cabras 3 and 4 explosions. Once constructed, the new power plant will generate power for Guam's entire northern region and parts of Tumon.
Board members from the Guam Memorial Hospital met Thursday night. CEO Peter John Camacho says the money is slowly coming in to make payroll. During the meeting, doctors and administrators reiterated the need for a dedicated funding source and linked it to accreditation. Camacho saying, quote, the hospital's challenges such as equipment or keeping staff is either directly or indirectly related to finances, end quote. Camacho says he hopes the sales tax stays in place because the 0.75% is going to GMH is a game changer to addressing concerns. Officials still have not heard back from the Joint Commission report regarding the hospital's preliminary denial of accreditation from CMS, who visited GMH.
The U.S. Department of Interior and the National Park will be awarding more than $3 million in historic preservation grants for the U.S. territories of American Samoa, Guam, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, and the freely associated states of the FSM, and the republics of Palau and the Marshall Islands as well. Of the funds, Guam was awarded about $400,000 to go towards the preservation of cultural and historical parks and landmarks. These funds are appropriated annually by Congress from the Historic Preservation Trust. In honor of Memorial Day and their fallen brother Specialist Dwayne Flores, nearly 600 soldiers of the Guam National Guard's 1st 294th Infantry Regiment will conduct a hero's run tomorrow morning in the village of Sanahanya. On May 16th, May 16th of 2013, Specialist Flores from the battalion's Echo Company was killed in action while serving in Afghanistan. The run will be led by the battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel David Santos, and soldiers will pass by Flores' residence, rendering honors to the home of the Gold Star family. The run will occur between 4:30 to 7 in the morning. Motorists are asked to drive cautiously if in the area.
Well, it's quite a thing to witness.
Yeah.
Take a look at this video of an extinct bird native to Guam that hatched in Virginia. A female Guam kingfisher is just days old at the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute. It's been 4 years since the last bright-colored bird was born. The bird native to Guam is now extinct in the wild and is the most endangered species at the institute. So far, scientists have helped hatch 19 chicks as part of the Guam kingfisher species survival plan.
Great. I was trying to ask the news team what they think the name should be for that new hatchling. What do you think?
Chick.
Chick. Some are saying tomorrow. We'll see. All right. Well, sports is next, but first, here's your island weather.
Smartphone Super Sale event. Enjoy huge savings on our most popular Samsung Galaxy smartphones. But this offer won't last long. So drop into a GTA store today.
My name is Erica Pangilinan and I am a graduate of the University of Guam. When I finished high school, I had the opportunity to attend other colleges, but I knew Guam was the only place I wanted to be. Growing up, family meant everything to me. UOG helped me realize that great things can start right here at home. Having the advantage of being near my family and still getting a valuable education was having the best of both worlds. As a wife and mother, my journey to graduation was challenging, but luckily I had an amazing support team. My husband, parents, professors, and my fellow Tritons were there to help and encourage me at making me feel like I belonged to a family at UOG. It allowed me to gain many experiences and skills while building professional bonds with my peers. Now that I've earned my bachelor's degree, I'm proud to say that I am and will always be a UOG Triton.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. United Airlines Guam Marathon announcing online registration starting today. I got the info on the way, but first off, your Dar Renta-owned Athlete of the Week. Check it out. We're here at Dar Renta-owned Manila for our Dar Renta-owned Athlete of the Week. Today we have FD graduate Kyle Geitzen.
Congratulations on being Athlete of the Week. Who would you like to donate this check to?
I would kindly like to donate this check to Guam Cancer Care.
Congratulations on your scholarship signing to Endangered College in the Philippines. Let's talk about the decision factor for you going to Endangered.
Well, we went out. Our team flew out there in December. We played at their school. They hosted a tournament, and my coach kept me in contact with the Endangered coach, and he saw me play, and I feel like he thinks I can play in their program, and I'm just proud to have this opportunity.
What do you know about this school, the campus, or just the basketball program?
I know that the Coach People at Endangered, he's a really good coach. He gives a lot of life lessons, and he really expects a lot. Like, he wants you to succeed in the future. And that's the kind of coaches I like. They like to help you not just with basketball, but in life in general.
Finishing your high school career at FD, walking away with a championship for boys volleyball.
It feels good. It was my first ship at FD, and it may not have been basketball, but it's for volleyball, and I still like volleyball.
Looking back at your sports career on island, you started school at GW and finished off at FD.
Well, the move to FD the transition was difficult, but I had a lot of support and help from the FD fam. They always continue to push me and just make sure I'm in the right path.
What are you doing now in order to prep yourself for the collegiate level?
Well, right now I'm hitting the weights and getting some cardio in, and just try to get in the gym every day, put up shots and ball handling.
All right, congratulations. Stay tuned to our next Red Zone Athlete of the Week.
KUAM Sports Athlete of the Week is brought to you by
GSPN Wendy's Middle School All-Star Basketball Game. GDOE Public Schools taking on the IIAAG Private Schools All-Star Squad. Pharrell Caesar crashes the boards after the missed free throw and puts the shot back for 2 points. Untalant's Darren Cepeda uses the screen and pulls up for the deep ball. All net, hitting the three-point shot. Blaze Atta put up 15 points for the Private School All-Stars. Atta answers with the three back the other way, representing Bishop. Kyle DeLeon led all scorers with 20 points. GDOE Public School All-Stars beat the IIAAG Private School All-Stars 60-47. In the high school matchup, it was Team Supreme, reigning supreme, 95-89 over Team Elite. Jonah Hahn put up 22 points, 11 rebounds, taking home the Cold Stone Player of the Game award. For Team Supreme, Tony Shea led Team Elite with 24 points, hitting shots from all over the court in his team's losing effort. Guam Sports Events, Inc., organizers of the United Airlines Guam Marathon, announcing that online registration for the 2019 event is open today. UGM will return for its 7th year on Sunday, April 14th, 2019. For more information, visit UnitedGuamMarathon.com. The UGM mobile app is available for download through Google Play and the Apple Store. Participants are invited to join the UGM community on Facebook at United Guam Marathon and on Instagram at United Guam Marathon. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
Beat the increase at Triple J. Buy now before the sales tax starts. 0 down, 1.9% financing, and easy trade-in. Now is the time to buy. Get into a 2018 Mazda CX-5 at our lowest price yet, only $19,995. Or our big boy truck, the Ford F-150, starting at $298 per paycheck. Or the North American Car of the Year, the 2018 Honda Accord at only $206 per paycheck. Beat the increase and buy now at Triple J. Visit us online at triplejguam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Trade-ins welcome. Some conditions apply. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Ooh, what do we have here? Tender morsels of deliciousness. Wait, back that up. I see you, your little golden brown temptresses, and oh, all that juicy goodness. Wait, is that a new sauce? Where are my car keys? I'm on my way, Mickey D's.
Introducing McDonald's new Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and breaded to perfection. Hurry in and get 4 for you or 10 to share.
That's right, my tender game just got an upgrade. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Happy birthday, Isaac Nicholas Cruz Tenorio. Happy 6th birthday with all our love from Mom, Dad, Ian, Elijah, and both Grandmas and Papas. Also, happy birthday, Clara Q. Mandiola.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birthday. And guess what time it is, Nick?
That time to announce the winner of the yummy Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Cake. And this week's winner is... Congratulations to Lariah and Kidachai.
I'm slacking on my drum roll. Somebody from Cold Stone will call you and let you know how you can redeem your yummy Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Cake. And
so you can share with us?
That's our favorite.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it for us here on the news desk. Good night.
Night.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.
Hafa day, everybody, and welcome to Extra. I'm Jason Salas. Head of the class tops off our show tonight, and we start at the home of the Friars. Here are the outstanding students of Father Duenas.
I am Javin Palomo, and I am the salutatorian of the class of 2018 for Father Duenas Memorial School, and I will be attending ULG in the fall. The greatest highlight that I had in my high school year was involvement in clubs. I started my charity club in my junior year, and I continued it on to my senior year. This club